Give Mum a gift she'll love from Harvey Norman. The perfect mix for inspired bakers to tea and toast and breakfast in bed. Smartwatches, fashionable and fit, always in touch and in style. Only the best technology for your mum. Treat her to some solid me time with all the comforts of home and memories to cherish. Bring your favourite photo in store and get a free 8x10 print for mum. Plus, get a personalised card for free. This Mother's Day, only at Harvey Norman.
Welcome to the place where the sea is blue, the sand is gold, there ain't any clouds to cover the sky, where the birds fly up and down. Oh, there's a lot to like about this town.
Come to life on the Sunshine Coast. Visit sunshinecoast.com.
Welcome again, everyone in Australia, New Zealand and around the world for our Day 3 live streaming coverage of the 2017 Open Trans-Tasman event, live, as we say, from the naturally refreshing Sunshine Coast Stadium, and brought to you by our great event partners, Sunshine Coast Council, BLK and Harvey Norman. And it's a big shout out to all the mothers out there today. It's Mother's Day here in Australia, and to all the mothers out there, and indeed the world, for the amazing work and role you all play. Thank you very, very much, and hope you're getting suitably spoilt today by all your respective partners and kids, and they're treating you and spoiling you in the right way possible, as you all richly deserve. What better way to start Mother's Day, Steve Roberts, than a little bit of action around the Trans-Tasman today. 3 games. What an amazing start to the program yesterday. Australia fairly emphatic to get over New Zealand, winning all the 3 divisions outright for the first 2 matches. There's a lot to play for on Day 3, no doubt about that. Some would say they're dead rubbers, but there's a lot more around national pride and form to keep in mind, Steve.
Yeah, certainly, and I'd like to echo your thoughts, mate. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there, especially my mother. Happy Mother's Day, Mum. I actually haven't called you yet, so this is my official Happy Mother's Day. But it's a wonderful day, and as you said, it's Australia will be looking to go 3-0 up in all the divisions, but pride will be getting in the way of that, and New Zealand will hopefully be trying to stop them.
I think that's right. There's a fair bit to be said for New Zealand. The way that they finished Day 2 was quite amazing, and what we all expected, though, it is fair to say too, they were quite simply on game, on mind. Everything was really, really focused there, Steve, just in terms of their preparation for that all-important second game. With now Australia having the tails up, Steve, do you see them coming in with a different mindset into Sunday?
Oh, I think everyone will be a little bit more relaxed. Obviously, they've clinched the series, so they'll be just playing a lot more free-flowing football. They won't be too scared to be losing their game. So, yeah, everyone, as you can see, everyone's lining the tunnel there. There's a good atmosphere, it's a good feel. Everyone's happy that they've clinched the series from the Australian point of view. They'll look to go 3-0 up, and that'll be, done in a real relaxed fashion, I think.
Yeah, it certainly takes a little bit of the pressure off, but I don't think at all the edge, and certainly this mixed open format today will set the tone, no doubt, for the rest of today. And you can see the Australian contingent there lining up in their tunnel and huddle previously.
Quite apt you use the word tone, as Kieran Toner was on the screen there. But as you can see, they're all having a bit of a laugh, smiles all around. They would have gone away. And I think the men's were, whilst they were happy with the result, weren't happy with the performance last night. I spoke to a few of the boys, but they would have sat back. They may have had a cheeky beverage to celebrate the series. But as we see the referees come out now, they're clapping the referees, which is always good.
Yeah, certainly the referees, our officials today for representing the Federation of International Touch for today's fixture is Brett Freshwater, Luke McKenzie and Cameron McDonald-Peterson. And yeah, you do get the sense, and here comes New Zealand led out by their captain again, Takiri Wadamu, who was inspirational for the Touch Blacks yesterday in the mixed open format. They'll certainly be looking to walk away from Australia and these shores and this stadium with a win under their belt, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. And he was supported by the great work of Aoife Jones and Keegan Harris, but also special mention to the wingers, as we saw yesterday. The skill from the girls was fantastic, and Nicole Drummond scoring a couple of tries, and the defensive work by them was fantastic as well. I think the Australians are about to be welcomed out. Michael Singh leading them out again, gets the honours again, which is a great honour for him.
Yeah, unfortunate for Cameron Nichols. I bet he's really smarting indeed that the shoulder injury keeps him on the sideline. But just as a wonderful endorsement of Michael Singh and how he's emerged, he's certainly stepping up to the plate. But I think it's the leadership within this team too. There's a very, very good spirit in there, as you can see. There's a very, very good sense around, the coaching staff, and they really want to spur on these guys to really have some fun today and just express themselves a little differently, perhaps.
A fantastic touch there with Leah Percy walking out with her new little girl. I've forgotten her name at the moment, but that's a fantastic touch on Mother's Day to come out in the tunnel with her little baby girl. Fantastic.
Fairly significant, isn't it, Steve? Look at the age of that little bub's only a little bit over 3 months, and to see her back playing, can you scarcely believe that? That is quite superhuman, you might say.
Yeah, no, I was speaking to her early in the week, and you notice she's got a bit of a tape around the calf there, but she was doing some training on her own and gave it a bit of a niggle, but she got through an Elite 8, 3 months or something. Not even, I don't even think it was that, after giving birth to her first child. So congratulations to her. That's a fantastic effort, and happy Mother's Day. Indeed,
and another key player in the Australian women's side, Emily Hennessy, as we said yesterday, she'll be celebrating Mother's Day, and we'll have no doubt husband Dylan on the babysitting duties and watching in the crowd today. But congratulations, and have a great day out there today, won't you, Emily, and certainly Leah, for this Day 3 action at Sunshine Coast Stadium. We're about to get underway. It's a relatively cool Sunshine Coast Stadium here again today. There is some threat of rain to come around midday today, which may impact the men's open fixture, but it should still, there's not much wind around, as you can see with the flags, they're relatively still. So it's actually quite perfect the way that it's set up today. And we really, really look forward to and I tell you what, we've had a little special guest pop into the commentary box. This is quite a treat. In fact, why don't we hear a little bit from the master himself, actually, Coach Tony Trad.
Welcome, Tony.
Thanks, guys. How are you this morning?
Really good, Tony, and I'm sure you've had most of the morning ringing wives and aunties and all sorts of things this morning, mate, for Mother's Day.
Yeah, very happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. I hope it's a great day for you all, and obviously Mother's Day is one of the most well-deserved days in our calendar. Certainly
those first two fixtures would have been a wonderful Mother's Day present last night, Tony, and the way that they structured themselves and got themselves into position to win. The Australian Men's Open team filing into the stadium and giving Tony Trad a little wave. Such as the respect for the old boy.
Yeah, getting old. That's sure. A bit older after last night's game, I'll tell you, mate. But
tell us a little bit about that, Tony. We did actually, Steve and I, very, very interested. I'm sure a lot of the viewers were to see exactly. We were saying you were laying down the law and probably a little bit of Shakespeare in there, perhaps too. But you might be able to regale us a little bit with what you said.
Oh, mate, I think it was just a great game. I think the comments afterwards is that nobody's seen for a long time a men's Opens international game of that quality and go for a drop-off for so long, and it was so exciting.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, but full credit to New Zealand. I think, we had the game one number of times and they just refused to lay down, and then they smelled a bit of blood in the water in the back end of the second half, and they came for us. And, they're a very young side, so a lot of respect to them. They really pushed us hard, and we're lucky in the end.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. It was quite a treat, I think, absolutely for the viewers here at the stadium and on our live streaming feed through My Sports Live and through Facebook, the TFA Facebook page. The reach that we achieved through the Facebook Live page was quite amazing. I think they're peaking for the whole day. Yes, there was over 2 million. So we're really starting to see this game, this showcase, go to the world, to a great broad and even broadening audience there. You must be happy with that, Tony.
Yeah, very happy. I think the touch so far played during the Trans-Tasman, even against Japan, has been some of the best touch I've seen for a long time. And I think all looks good for the future of the game globally.
Yep.
Great venue here at Kawana. And I'm sure that, probably not so much fun coaching, but viewing, I think the audience would have got their money's worth over the last couple of days for sure.
Well, Tony, you might stick around for a little bit with us, mate. Only just a little tick, but we'll just switch to Steve in commentary here as New Zealand press to the line. Thanks so much, though, Tony, for coming in. It's really always good to hear your words.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Great start to New Zealand there. That's quite an amazing start in actual fact. It was Morgan Patarangi that has opened the account, and there's some intent straight up from New Zealand, eh?
Yeah, they'll certainly get a lot of confidence out of that, and they needed to do that coming out and going down for the deficit. They went down by yesterday, so great start by New Zealand.
Australia now with Paige Parker and Captain Singh. They'll have to look to something of a right of reply here, and that man again, Adam Pride, he'll figure no doubt in a lot of these balls. Here's that trademark long ball from Michael Singh, probably just not in the best position to throw that at that time.
Yeah, just trying something different rather than going left to right. Just keeps the New Zealand team guessing a little bit rather than doing the same thing over and over again.
Singh, and here you see Costello looking to just drag that link into that outside middle. That's Townsend rather. Townsend picks up Pride. Ball looks pretty good. Luke McKenzie says yes. That is Australia's first for today on day 3 in the mixed open format. Nice hit back there from Adam Pride.
Yeah, they're done well there. Good dump by Michael Singh, and Jared Townsend just holding the ball up, and a great hole hit by Adam Pride there.
New Zealand again look to make their way to the line, and that's Autumn Rain Stevens. She'll figure prominently again here, you would think. Bailey Wardby. There's that man again, Mackenzie Hoare. He will cause all manner of strife for the Aussie defence today with respect on the line in game 3. 2-0 down New Zealand. That's a great reply once again. That makes them 2-1 up today, though. Mackenzie Hoare.
And great strike back. Similar play shown by the Aussies at the other end. New Zealand done the same thing. Just Leah a little bit late coming in there, but it was, again, good ball, good hole. And we go 2-1 up to New Zealand after 2 minutes.
It was, in fact, E4 Jones. Sorry, my apologies. That indeed was number 5.
I'm sure we'll forgive you, mate, after that.
They all count, and it's currently on that score. It's 2-1 New Zealand. There's Jackson Mills again, clean pair of heels, as you see. Has got some shoes.
He's a little whippet, Jackson, little whippet, and quite dangerous on a scoop.
Jared Townsend now looking to isolate a middle with Paige Parker. That defence is up, made the touch. There was no ball, though, to make the touch with. Oh, a little bit of aggressive there from New Zealand. But again, signalling some intent today, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. And Paige Parker had a fantastic game yesterday. So New Zealand men just taking care of her a little bit there and pushing her backwards. But that's part of the game, I suppose. That's, all equal on the field.
They're retreating here. That's excellent defence, you have to say, right here. The interplay between Townsend and Parker is not actually going forward. It's not threatening too much the New Zealand defence, and that's a better play, finding some space with Lang.
Yeah, 100%. Great defence by New Zealand. If you're out that far, you've got to keep going out. Otherwise, they roll into the line.
Here comes Townsend. Just not sure. Wasn't the most assured set of 6 there running into the line, and it's New Zealand now will actually breathe a sigh of relief as Mackenzie Hoare now shifts it to the interchange box as they make that transition. Morgan Patarangi making great headway up over the halfway.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start by New Zealand, showing a lot of intent, coming out, driving really hard, and their defence just up the other end was fantastic.
Keegan Harris now, and it's Mark Hodgson had a great game for New Zealand yesterday. That's an outstretched Jared Townsend makes a wonderful diving touch there to negate that attack at this point.
Mark Hodgson's got some pace of his own there, and Jared Townsend had to make a diving touch to get him, and he's done well in the end. Given away a penalty for throwing the ball away.
Jackson Mills taking advantage, and Leah Opie Lukens there pointing to where exactly that attack should go to Simon Lang. And here comes Tim Glazebrook. He could well come into his own in this this match today. The big, tall, rangy South Australian.
It's very hard to get around Tim. As you said, he's 9'8", I think. And,
I thought he was just a touch over 9 foot, but yes. I thought I was exaggerating, but it's probably you, Steve. Now, Glazebrook might find an isolated defender offsides. Luke McKenzie said he was offside, and that was Keegan Harris, and a incredulous look from Mark Hodgson to say, well, wasn't I back to 5, sir? Well,
yeah, New Zealand have a right to question that. You could hear Luke call him offside, but I'm pretty sure, I forget who was next to him, but I'm pretty sure they were onside and made the touch as well. So lucky try there for Tim, but they'll take it. It's 2-2. A bit disappointing, I suppose, there from the...
They're interesting calls, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes the ref could call advantage and just blow the penalty, but...
He actually took it pretty well.
Yeah.
I thought, New Zealand. So congratulations to them, showing a lot of respect there. But they had a right to question, I think.
Patarangi to Mackenzie Hoare again. This 3 right now on your screen. Very dangerous combination with the late sweep to the right. Can come left or right, but it chooses to hit Patarangi on the right flank. And that's the change over there on the 5 metre line.
I think he had given that pass off the deck. It would have been a lot more interesting. Probably running a bit too far with it there.
Super mum Leah Percy makes her way onto the reserves benches. It's now Jaden Benbow for the first time into the fray.
Can we get an early score prediction from you, Julian? What do you reckon?
Gee, 2-all, 60. I might just reserve my judgment there. Modesty prevents right now, Steve. It's fair to say. It's I just can see though, Steve, but it's going to be one of those 9-8 type 10-9 fixtures. You've got to say.
You would say so. You were worried about the rain before. I think it's going to rain tries out here today. I don't think we'll see too much water, but we'll see plenty of touchdowns. That's for sure.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thank you.
Very
I'm glad
good.
you did.
Autumn Rain Stevens now. The puns will be coming in a flurry here from this duo today. Bear with us, won't you, viewers? As now again, it's Bailey Wardby with Efel Jones, and that's a fantastic interplay there for those two, isolating 2 defenders there in Singh and Lang. Wow.
Yeah, Aoife and Bailey looking the most dangerous, I think, out there so far.
Watch that, the right step, the left foot, and then into Bailey Wardby. That is very, very cleverly constructed. It's one that it's pretty much a go-to. They should probably look to that again as a play leading into the line. It just opened up like the heads there, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. It's a New Zealand trademark too to do the slam dunk put down too. They really slammed the ball down.
Singing into Townsend. Townsend again, there's a fair bit of passing here, but
I think there'll be a long ball out to Jackson with his pace.
Again, pretty good defence there from New Zealand.
Good. That's smart play, knocking him off balance there, I think.
There's a pocket defender that's now coming up in Hodson. Now it's Singh, this time Townsend, this time Wills. Does he have that? Oh, it's a great touch. Yeah, Keegan Harris.
Great touch by Keegan Harris.
Beautiful sliding touch. Oh, that didn't have the legs from Percy. Unfortunately, Hodson and Harris will shift this out wide to the 2 touch black wingers. Keegan Harris again driving them forward. Picks up an easy 15 there.
Well, you didn't see this from New Zealand last night, and that's the difference. You know, they've come up the other end, Australia, and trying to, great attack at them, and New Zealand making those diving touches to save the try makes a difference.
Morgan Patarangi again into Hoare, intercepted by Percy.
Great work, Mum.
Indeed. The defence is in your face to the green and golds here. Townsend, Leah Opie-Lukens, and there's Glazebrook. This is where he will come into his own and just eat up those metres in the middle. James Blackwood.
That's a good drive
Jaden
by
Benbow.
James.
Watch him go.
Benbow's out. Easy touch. Great work by Mackenzie Hoare there. Made it back on side.
New Zealand again now. Through Parsons. They've got a spring in the step. Efel Jones.
Yeah, they would have got a lot of confidence out of their opening 10 minutes. So here they go again. 2 boys that look dangerous.
Efel Jones. Beautiful ball.
Oh,
The defence closed in through Blackwood, and Opie-Lukens on the 5 metre
well
line.
there, Leah.
A little bit on their heels, Steve. 10 minutes into this first half, they'll really need to get that drive on.
Yeah,
with
well,
Paige
James
Parker.
Blackwood's normally a man to do that, and he's coming off now, so I'll have to look to someone else.
Adam Pride.
And here comes Mitz himself.
Here
Biggest
he
hands
is.
in that game, Justin.
Costello to Singh. That's a great sweep play back. They had 3 on 2, but Lang couldn't quite just handle that. But New Zealand again come out of that unscathed. It's Parsons that makes his way to the transition, and it's New Zealand doing that very well. You would
Really making them work hard, New Zealand, to get the metres for Australia.
They've got some running in those legs. Hodson and Keegan Harris rolling into this line with a lot of momentum. Well read in defence there by Costello, and Lang just retreating, didn't panic.
It's better, as we said yesterday, I didn't see, sorry, as I've said before, didn't see this yesterday from New Zealand, actually punching into the line. Going in with nice purpose and intent, and nice clean roll the ball for the ball players.
Certainly that those erstwhile colleagues of yours in the Aussie men's side will be taking some notes today, don't you think, Steve, about last night's performance, that while they got away with the most incredible victory in the drop-off to deny New Zealand a well-earned victory, they'll obviously want to look for a massive drive coming into Game 3.
Yeah, definitely. As you heard Coach Trud say before, and Glazebrook's got a good footwork on there, and he's got his second try. Well done, Timmy.
Well, we didn't put a mocker on this fella. We knew that he would stand up in Game 3 today, and he's certainly doing that. Standing tall, Tim Glazebrook.
Again, see what you've done there, Julian. Well done.
We did warn you, viewers. Well, this is what it's all about. This cat and mouse affair that was happening on day 2, the Saturday, is really coming to the fore here again at Sunshine Coast Stadium. Kiwis now realise that the Aussies do have the strike power to come back. Morgan Patarangi has been a bit quiet since his early foray into this game. We're now closing in 8 minutes to the break. 3-3 sets up a fantastic second half, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. You see, mix, there's a fair few tries. So if you can, the more tries you hold out, the more pressure you put on the opposition. I know that's an obvious statement, but in mix, it's never more so true.
He's got a great left to right long ball.
She got that ball down there. She has.
Wow, what a ball from Mackenzie Hall by the looks. Just stopped and stuttered.
Gardner with a great put down here. Questionable. It's Zara Nicholas asking the question, pleading the case, but touch judge and on-field ref give it the all clear, and it's 4-3 to New Zealand with 7 minutes to go.
Well, New Zealand edge ahead, but there was some. He certainly put some heat on that ball. Mackenzie Horner did enough to hit the winger. It was probably debatable whether Zara Nicholas did in fact get the winger, but geez, it was a good ball. Probably 20 metres left to right.
I must admit, on live, I thought it was a try, but watching the replay there, I can see why Zara was asking the question.
Singh and Percy. Oh, it's great hands from Adam Pride. Just need to tidy up that ruck area.
Bailey Warby just giving him a nice, how you going? Pushing him on the ground again.
Just showing him where the mark was. Just play it back there. Thank you. Michael Singh drawing in that link defender, as you see. Leah Percy trying to drift in.
You can see Michael Singh really wants to dump it on Bailey there, but he's not coming up.
That is a very clever play from Singh. It didn't look as if the New Zealand defender was there. The ball is down, and Luke McKenzie says it's all clear. Michael Singh.
Second time in the game that Luke McKenzie's called play on. Quick tap, as you said. Smart by Michael Singh there, but Mark was there. Tap was played, and he dived under.
It's actually good refereeing in every sense. Looks for the penalty, about to award the penalty because the New Zealand defence doesn't retreat. Australia are the beneficiaries, though. Luke McKenzie awards it.
He was confident in his call, Luke, and I suppose that's fine. He's got to be consistent across the park now. So if that's going to happen down this end, it's got to happen for the New Zealand team as well.
Indeed. Keegan Harris again with Tina Ashworth and Hodson. Nathan Rowlandson sweeps. He didn't play in game 2, but he's in here now, and he's again.
That's great defence by Simon Lang there, just controlling that tempo of the game there.
Keegan Harris and Hodson. Dangerous, this pair. Finds a hole. Oh, wow. We talk of coach killers.
Yeah, Tina Ashworth won't be happy with that. It was great work again by the number 14, Mark Hodson.
Indeed, with Keegan Harris. So it's a great combination they've got going there, but sad that one didn't go to hand, and she may come to rue that one, Tina Ashworth, and New Zealand indeed. And here's Australia. They mount a resurgence over the halfway with Percy and Leah Opie-Lukens and Jackson Mills now.
Both Lees going there. Oh, dropped the ball there. That's a fair call.
Yep, good defence.
Got to be stronger in the ruck there, Jackson.
Those two that figured in the try, they'll be looking to try to get off. Rowlandson rolls to halfway.
Here comes Tina to look to make up for that drop ball, and she will. She's got great experience. Tina been around for a long time, and she's a fantastic player, so she'll be a bit disappointed, but she'll make up for it, no doubt.
Mackenzie Hoare, hasn't he come into his own in these last 2 games, Steve?
Yeah, definitely. Just asking a lot of questions of the defence, keeping them on their toes. And here we go, long ball out to him now.
Patarangi and the captain, Widamu. Tough one to take. Had the right intent indeed, but looking for 6 more there, New Zealand. But in fact, it's Australia's ball, 5 metres out.
Questionable pass there. I think it actually was forward, and I think it should have been a penalty to Australia, and it would have been interesting if they had caught it to see if they caught it forward or play on.
Yep, here's now Benbow and Lang just working it to halfway, and they'll come again. And it's a good thing, I think, for Australia now with this crew on. Blackwood,
Great hands,
Singh,
Blackwood.
looking for the long ball, and Sarah Nicholas takes that well.
That's great recycle too by Australia. So they've got a high hockey change on, whole new team on for this set of 6.
It's offside. Singh finds the 3-on-2. That's unfortunate for Blackwood, but he pirouettes, but he gets the penalty.
Yeah, he did well. He put a lot of pressure on the 16, Mace Parsons, Michael there. He didn't get back to 5 and change direction, so rightly so, that's a penalty.
Again, Pride, Glazebrook, Singh. Not a bad little firm to have midfield right now, Steve, as they try to edge ahead going into the break.
Yeah, definitely.
Singh and Adam Pride now. Singh left to right. Oh, there was a beautiful play. Swept to the left side so he could hit the left to right pass, but just referees found something there, Mackenzie.
Not playing it straight. One of Luke's favourite calls, not playing it straight. Always make sure that people are facing north to south.
The goalposts.
The goalposts, if they were there.
Indeed, if they were there. There are some imaginary goalposts there, we assume. Mackenzie Hoare now and Efo Jones. The 5 and 6. Oh, he was about to fire a 30-metre bullet there, Mackenzie Hoare. And he had an unmarked Nicole Drummond sitting there patiently, but...
Justin Mitz Costello getting his hand in the way.
What about those mitts? One who didn't grab one in one and just take it to the other end like he did yesterday. Right. Efo Jones, they find a penalty again. This will be interesting and a tricky set for Australia to defend. They're on notice.
Yeah, penalty for not moving up.
Efo Jones, Parsons.
Great defence.
Switching up with Bailey Wardby. Parsons again, sweep from Efo Jones. Looking for that ball, but there he is again.
Surprise, surprise.
And a penalty again. So Australia under some real pressure here. New Zealand, for the first time, would love to dearly go to the break with their noses in front.
Yeah, well, it's a great opportunity. They've got 2 minutes. Fresh set of 6. There it is. Ball's
Go,
down there.
gadget arms. Wow. The outstretched arm.
Mace Parsons, great footwork.
He was threatening in each of those 3 sets. It was always looking to be one of those 3, Patarangi, indeed Bailey Wardby, but it was the outstretched hands of Mace Parsons that that in fact does get New Zealand ahead getting into the break.
That's the problem if you camp on your line, and it gives the opportunity for Mace Parsons there to dive underneath, and it's a great right foot step, electric, and takes full advantage, and they go 5-4 up with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go.
Note to selves, against this strong New Zealand side, 3 penalties is probably too much. A bridge too far, and again, they've actually really now...
Just a few simple errors in the ruck there. Forward pass to Townsend.
You see some confidence in this New Zealand team now. They're really starting to see. They've got running in their legs. They know this is it. They have to leave this campaign with at least 1 win under their belt. With the series gone, there's still all to play for New Zealand, as you can see. It's now Mackenzie Hoare. He's been immense. And Patarangi trying to pick up the winger. Oh, that should not say winger. In fact, that is the captain, Takari Wedemu.
New Zealand go 2 up. This is fantastic drive. You can see him go into the line with great intent, great clean dump. Puts it on the deck for the number 7, Danyan. Passes out to the skipper, was it?
It was indeed Wedemu. It was unfortunate for Jackson Mills. He was outstretched, he was diving, but just couldn't get there, unfortunately. And it's Adam Pride.
He probably didn't need to come in, actually. He had to put a bit more faith in Townsend to track him down.
This is called a test series in every sense. Australia are really tested here now, and Adam Pride tries to pick up Elin Mortimer, but it's
good
there on the
defence
right
again,
side. There's a little interplay there, but not quite on. What a fantastic start to day 3 for New Zealand. The Touch Blacks now lead Australia 6-4, the first time they've taken a lead in any of the divisions this campaign. They'll be very, very heartened by that, Steve.
Yeah, you can tell that they're running off to the box to get a drink, but they're very excited, very pumped. And as we said before, they've going down 2-0 in the series already. They're looking to gain some confidence out of this last game, going to the next Trans-Tasman and the World Cup after that. So, you know, they can hold their heads high. They've played a fantastic half of touch football, but it's only half of touch football, and Australia will come out to change that up.
Well, indeed, the coach Hika Penne and assistant coach Damien Bird and Rachel Stratford, they can see that their troops are confident. There is certainly some vigour in their attack, and their defence has some serious intent, and it's putting Australia back on their heels. It's the right game plan. So full congratulations to New Zealand's coaching staff to come here with that right spirit of endeavour, and they know that this is so important, this test. There is only one more time before these teams will meet, and that's next year in New Zealand before the World Cup in 2019.
It's interesting formation they've got New Zealand at half-time. They've got all the girls together. A couple of the boys at the back must be in positions or something like that. So they're all getting their specific instructions before they go back and get a whole team talk.
Well, that's it from here at the stadium. It's half-time. New Zealand 6-4 as we go to our to the break. We're back here at Sunshine Coast Stadium, and it's the Australian mixed team with it all to do here, seemingly. Coaches Mick Lovett, Dave Nolan and Justin Crichton have all the work to do here. There is some soul-searching. They've got the series in the bag, but this is so vital, this win for Australia, to go in and have a clean sheet for this campaign, and certainly these mixed open team players from Australia will be very, very nervous, it's fair to say, I think, from this point, to think how they can get out of this, because New Zealand now 2 tries ahead. I think it's Mick Lovett. It's a great test for him, in fact, and look at the Kiwis. They know that this is such an important victory that in their midst and in their grasp. If they can just hold on for 20, there are some serious messages being delivered here for New Zealand, and they must have their tails up and the drive in their legs. If you can see from their coach there, certainly. We're very fortunate again to be joined by one of our dear mums in the touch football family and local Sunshine Coast girl, Peter Rogerson. It's great to see you here today with your little bub. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a little strange, my first Mother's Day, but thoroughly enjoying it. Been out for breakfast with the family already, so yeah, lovely. And a bit of footy, can't ask for more.
That's fantastic. What a way to spend Mother's Day, just down the road. You're living locally, of course. Whereabouts are you, Peter? Just nearby?
Yeah, so been a local on the Sunshine Coast my whole life, and we're based in Malula, which is sort of hinterland Sunshine Coast at the moment, and yeah, unfortunately the weather hasn't been, it's overly sunny best, but look, it's a beautiful place in the world, and yeah, couldn't wish for a better place to bring up a family and live. It's great. Excellent.
Well, they've really turned it on, and great support partners at Sunshine Coast Council indeed, where your fine dad is a councillor, in fact, and it's great to have his support. Superb. And throughout this whole campaign, we've been very, very pleased with everything we see as Australia make their way out. How have you seen the campaign from Australia this series there, Peter?
Yeah, look, the Australian sides across all 3 teams have just got so much talent in them. You know, a great mix of youth and experience, and they've just had an absolutely fantastic series, and coaches and support staff all around should be extremely proud of them. It's fantastic.
And we know you're always still having a run with the local Pineapples and Broncos and whoever else gives you the jersey. You're always keen to keep playing. You must dearly miss this.
Oh, look, yeah, you definitely get itchy feet when you're out here watching. And I was lucky enough to have a bit of a trot against Japan yesterday, and the forward running was all right. The backwards running was a little different. So, but the pace of the game out there, I don't think I'd be keeping up at the moment. But it's just fantastic to watch, and yeah, you always get that itchy feet. But yeah, good memories.
We very much pride ourselves on the touch football family, and it's a very family-oriented sport, as you well know, Peter. How do you see people like Leah Percy and certainly with Emily Hennessy here playing and yourself still playing? It's quite remarkable. As Australia scoot away with Jackson Mills, this is the right spirit now of Australia. The stern words may well have had, and there is that girl, Leah Percy. How does she do it?
Yeah, look, she is absolutely amazing. She only had her little girl, I think 3 or 4 days before mine, and look, I'm still struggling to keep an adult conversation together, let alone out there playing for Australia. So hats off to her. And as you said, Emily Hennessy, she's one of my all-time heroes. She's an amazing lady, and the way she trains and commits to the sport is just incredible. So yeah, I can't think more highly of her. She's fantastic.
These amazing women like Peter, the viewers wouldn't see it, but she's here cradling her baby and speaking at the same time. Multi-talented and multifaceted, that role of being a mother today. It's a real credit to you, Peter, and we really thank you for coming along to say good day today. And how do you see the women's open fixture playing out shortly as New Zealand press for the line once again?
Yeah, look, New Zealand today, I think they've got a real shot against Australia. The momentum sort of swung a little bit last night in the game, and New Zealand had a really, really great game, even though it didn't come out on top. They had a really solid game. Hopefully the Australian girls come away with another win today, and it's a nice clean sweep for them, and they can, enjoy that celebration tonight.
And how about this resurgence from New Zealand in the mix? That's a fantastic start to their third day Sunday. The series is gone, but there's so much pride on the line, and there's an outstretched Simon Lang. He likes the look of it, and I think Mackenzie does too. Or no, it is a touch that they're calling.
Yeah, no, look, as you can see, Australia definitely not holding back in this game. They still want to win this one, and it's great for the sport to see New Zealand giving it to them this game. So it's
Jared Townsend,
exactly what you want to see.
This time Simon Lang goes deep into the end zone, and that's a fantastic try again from Australia to Simon Lang. Well, that's wonderful, Peter. Thank you so much for joining us. We know you're well and truly on mother duties today. It's a great, really great to see you again, and just all the best. We look forward to seeing you out in the park again soon.
Yeah, thank you. Right on cue. I think you're getting a bit grizzly, so thanks for that.
No worries, Peter. All the best from us. And there is a great right of reply. Always good to hear from Peter Rogers, and the former World Cup star of the Australian Women's Open team. It's really great to see her and all mums out here today. What a way to spend the day, Steve. Out watching international touch football.
As we said, we wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, and it's a great way to spend the day, especially if you are watching your son or your daughter out on the field today.
It's a great ball from Rowlandson, right to left. As once again New Zealand look to roll into the line, and it's that man, Mark Hodson, causing all manner of strife again for this Australian defence is Rowlandson. Hodson, this is where I want you to play it, right in the middle on Adam Pride, please. Look to... The Aussies were awake to their own tactics there. Referee Cameron McDonald-Peterson having nothing of the New Zealand claim that they're offside. They made it way right back to their line. But here's, again, Keegan Harris, a real danger. And as you can see, that's why, as Rowlandson goes deep as well into the end zone, saying that will do us.
What a game he's having, Keegan Harris. It's great footwork there. I mean, Australia have done well to hit back straight away, but they're not lying down here, the Kiwis. They're going to take these right to the wire, as we've said before. But, yeah, no, fantastic, Keegan Harris. Well done.
Five minutes into the second half. I think both respective coaches would be reasonably happy with the starts. Australia missing their captain, Cameron Nichols, on the sideline with a
broken collarbone. Julian diving for a try, which unfortunately he missed, but no.
It's a real shame. We wish him well in his recovery as Michael Singh crosses very easily.
Just coming back against the grain there and catching the New Zealand defence napping on the short side.
Nice little ball from Jackson Mills, though, and it's now Australia drawing level. New Zealand would really dearly love to edge ahead by 2 or 3, you would suspect here now, with closing into 14 minutes.
That's the
in the
case.
game to go.
With the pace of Jackson Mills, you really got to sort of protect your short side a lot more, which opens up the gap somewhere else. And Michael Singh took full advantage of that.
He's a real threat, isn't he, Steve?
Yeah, definitely. He's a great young player.
So many of these Australian youth players now emerging on the big stage. Really good to see them progressing, and it's New Zealand again through Ethel Jones and a fantastic ball to Mace Parsons. What a wonderful ball.
How did he get through that gap? But Lynn was there, and credit to her. She went to go for the touch but missed it and called out quickly that she missed. But it's a great gap. Well
Always
done.
good to see some air too, isn't it? It's not just only on the basketball court. We see that. It's awesome to see it on the touch footy paddock.
There's the man again, Mace Parsons. He's had a game as well, hasn't he?
He sure has. (8-7) now to New Zealand. This is exactly what they wanted. They will need to have another one in the bank, you would suspect.
Well, this is what I was talking about before, about the shootout, going try for try. If you can hold them out here and get a couple ahead.
Jackson Mills, too quick, you would think. I don't know if that defender got back Keegan Harris, but he did, according to that referee. Donald Peterson.
He's done well there, Keegan Harris. We're giving him a lot of credit in the attack, but that's a great touch on Jackson.
Indeed it was. Singh and Mills. Bringing in Paige Parker, who's played very well this campaign. Singh with that trademark 30-metre pass is just not quite enough. Probably needed to go 30 metres, 0.5. You would think of that.
No, it was a long pass. I think it might have been into the wind too, which didn't help.
Yep. Opie Lukens just couldn't quite manage it. But anyway, it's New Zealand.
And again, with a lot more purpose, if they can get this drive on.
Indeed they do. It's again, this...
Australia under a lot of pressure there. If Mackenzie Hoyt had driven in and dumped the ball there, I think they would have been in a whole lot of trouble.
They were gasping. You could tell. Is that captain again? Whittamoo looking for that long, wide ball out wide. She should have space, and she does
That
indeed.
is a fantastic touch by Zara Nicholas.
Zara Nicholas. Wow, she made up some ground.
Sideline referee's called touch. Luke's just questioning that, and that's a fantastic touch by Zara.
That could prove pivotal, in fact, you would think, Steve, with 11, just under 12 to go. If New Zealand draws ahead there by 2, that could potentially have been a bridge too far again for the Australian mixed team to dig deep once more.
Never say never, Julie. Never say never. There's plenty of tries still left in this. With as you said, under 12 minutes to go. I'm predicting there's going to be 3 or 4 more at least.
It may well be the case. Patarangi, beautiful ball out there to that man Parsons again, but that'll wrap up their 6.
He's sharp on his feet, isn't he?
Very. It's a scrappy roll ball, but gee, I tell you what, they were lucky there. I think the Australians.
Very lucky penalty.
Seemed to be a bobble and a fumble all in one there, but the New Zealand referee finds something. Zara Nicholas, she's been strong throughout, as it has all the Australian-New Zealand wingers throughout this 3-game series. Adam Pride now again. Jared Townsend, is this his time? Not quite getting through.
Good defence again.
Very good defence from New Zealand, and again, come out with some purpose.
Just lost a little bit of momentum there, New Zealand, as they've gone to the sub-box to drive up the field. They'll look to punch in on the line in the last 2 touches.
We didn't do too bad predicting the exciting finish. We probably couldn't have predicted the 3-on-3 at the end, but we did know it was actually going to get locked up to 6-all in the end in the men's open. There was no doubt about that. Autumn Rain Stevens.
Pass.
That one's clear. The referee and sideline.
Autumn Rain Stevens, well done. Diving catch to score a try. Fantastic finish. Well done.
Well, that's the point we were saying, that we just see that two-try buffer, when it gets under 10, this is going to be a stern test for the Aussies from here to at least lock it up and then try to draw ahead. But I tell you what, it's going to actually require a lot from them because this New Zealand defence is very strong.
Yeah, Jackson Mills the sweep here, I reckon. Pop it back into Michael Singh.
Just toying here with the defence to draw them out. Glazebrook to Singh, looking left. That one's got some more purpose on it and some for Elin Mortimer. What a great finish.
Plenty of experience there, Elin. She's finished as an easy try. Good pass by Michael Singh.
Well, a bit more heat on that one, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, again, you just see Jackson Mills coming around, and you have to protect your short side with Jackson. He's got so much pace, and with that opens up a lot of space for everyone else. And Michael Singh was aware of that and threw it out wide to Elin, who scores an easy try and puts Australia within one with just under 9 minutes to go.
He does that well, Singh, doesn't he? He shapes to look left, but it's always coming that left to right long ball. Autumn Rain Stevens, and there's one of those left to right long balls. That one looks through, does it? No. Zara Nicholas again.
Zara Nicholas again. Great work by Gardner there.
Wow.
Catching the ball and diving, putting a bit of a shake and bake on us at the end.
It was indeed a shake and bake. But Zara Nicholas is keeping the Aussies in this match.
The boys.
Jaden Benbow and Simon Lang each looking at each other for some answers, but unfortunately it was delivered from the Kiwis.
Well, we talk about Mace Parsons' footwork. As you see there, that just had the 2 middles guessing which way he was going to go, and there was no communication. He just ran straight through a gap, which we saw yesterday just before half-time in the second game.
Found wanting the Australian defence there, and it's the girl wingers are doing a fantastic job, but it was just the middles that unfortunately just let themselves down without the requisite communication, you would think. And Adam Pride now. Adam Pride, seemingly an easy pick up there for Opie Lukens. They've got it within them. This is going to be one hell of a finish, a la the men's open game last night.
Well, that was just an easy try again. Michael Singh faking the sweeper and going back to the short side. I think New Zealand have got to start looking that he's going to dummy and come back that way. But well done to Michael Singh. He's having a great game to keep Australia within reach. Only down by one now and just over 7 minutes to go. I said there's going to be plenty more tries, I think.
Well, we've got 19 of them, Steve, and this is giving the defence coaches all manner of headaches. But I tell you what, it's a great spectacle. What a way to finish this mixed open campaign. Mackenzie Hoare and Patarangi to the captain, Widamu. He's been so dangerous. Great touch there, almost from Leah Percy.
Leah Percy did very well there.
Widamu, Patarangi, outstretched again. It looked as if Pride was there, and he was.
Unlucky
if you look
not
where
to
his
get
feet,
that one, the skipper.
Outstretched skipper indeed. Tries to sneak through, but not quite there. So New Zealand one ahead with just about 6 to play. What an amazing finish we've got here again. International football at its best, Steve.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and we've talked a lot about the skill of the men in the New Zealand team, but we've got to give a lot of credit as Jackson Mills scoops through.
Oh, just didn't quite have the
Doesn't have
height.
the pass. Got the pace, not the pass.
Not saying Jackson Mills doesn't have the height, but the ball didn't have the height.
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Yeah, we've given a lot of raps to the boys out there, but hats off to the girls, especially as we keep saying on Mother's Day. And we give another shout out to all the mothers and the mothers-to-be. The girls have been done a fantastic job. You know, as every team, every player in their team has their role, and the girls are fulfilling that role in both Australia and New Zealand.
Here, Steve, if any women's open player in the mixed open format, you've given them absolute full credit. They're playing outstandingly. Mace Parsons can't find a way through. Now here we are, 5 minutes out. Australia hopefully to draw level and set up another one of these, dare we say, grandstand finishes.
Yeah, definitely. They need to get a little bit more punch in this drive, though, to get up the other end if they want to have a chance at scoring the touchdown.
Zara Nicholas there, just helping out the middles with Singh,
Here comes
Townsend,
Singh.
and Costello. Is this his time? There's Townsend now left to right. Costello outstretched, and there we have the leveller.
Scores are locked up, 10-10. Here we go. Just under 5 minutes.
We predicted something around 19, but there's 20 tries for this game.
Well, this is a big defensive set here for Australia. They hold them out and go up the other end. New Zealand would have their heads down, you would suspect.
Happy for Jared Townsend there too. He's tried a lot of things this campaign, and not all of them have come off, but he's really, on his debut, standing up when it's counted.
Yeah, I've got massive raps on Jared Townsend. He had a shaky start in the second game, dropping a few balls, but he's made up for it. And then some, just the way he's progressed over the last 12 months. He MVP at the Elite Eight, and he was something to behold when watching him on the field and playing against him, which was even harder.
I could well imagine. Mackenzie Hoare going left, going right.
Adam Pride making a good touch there, easy touch, but Mackenzie, as you said, Leah throwing the hat accidentally, she says.
It's not easy to throw a hat in the right direction, it's fair to say. If there's a bit of wind, you could probably say.
The gamesmanship, do you think?
Well, I'm not sure, because we're left-handed.
I like it.
Mark Hodson. So Captain Widdemu, it's great to, well, a bit unlucky there perhaps.
That's a much-needed penalty for New Zealand. Good defence, though, I thought, by Leah.
Putting a lot of pressure on the Australian defence. Here comes New Zealand. Is this their time to stand up and be counted, Steve?
Well, they've got their men on to do it. The one that has looked the most dangerous. Interesting if Mace.
Hodson, dangerous, ever-present danger. Ellen Mortimer outstretched and makes a great diving touch. Gee, she needed to make that.
Yeah, that's a great touch by Lynn. It's not over yet, though. She has to stay
E for
alive.
Jones. It's great defence, Jaden Benbow and Pride.
Great defence, well done. Just getting in each other's way a little bit there, Mark Hodson. Aoife shaping a pass and Mark just in his way, but here he goes now.
Tina Ashworth.
Play on, good work by Tina. Just panicking, I think, a little bit. Just panicking, I think, New Zealand. Like, they had Australia at 6s and 7s, but just throwing an unnecessary pass.
That expression, 6s and 7s in touch, it's fair to say we might be able to use 4s and 2s and 3s and 3s.
Oh, touche.
Zara Nicholas now to Simon Lang. Slipped as he tried to just get a little bit of advantage there for Townsend. Could this be the first sign of victory from the jaws of defeat for Australia? Townsend again threatening once more. Nicholas, does she get that down? There's no room to do that, and she does. What an incredible ball and put down from Nicholas.
She's made some fantastic touches up the other end, but that's a great finish. Well done, Zara Nicholas. Long ball out from our man here. Jared Townsend, great long ball, and just puts it down. Luke McKenzie giving it the all clear. Australia go one up.
Hasn't he been impressive these last 8 to 9 minutes, Jared Townsend? He's really come into his own, and full credit to the Queensland Cowboy. An Indigenous All-Star.
Come off the hour, do you think, mate?
Oh, 11-10. Can you believe this comeback from Australia? Honestly, with 2 tries still here for New Zealand.
Yet, though, Julian.
Indeed it isn't.
There's 6 again. Simon Lang getting his hand in the way. They've still got plenty of time.
They've still got plenty of time, and are we going to drop off, Steve?
Let's hope so. Not from the Australian point of view, though.
Great for the international game here if they do. Widdemu diving. Great touch, though, from Simon Lang. Needed to make it and does.
They don't need to rush here. There's still plenty of time on the clock, and they don't want to give Australia another opportunity if they do score.
Mackenzie Hoare looks wide. Was that the ball they needed? I'm not sure with a minute left. It was a beautiful ball, but probably just ill-directed, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. Again, great defence by the Aussies and Zara Nicholas on the wing, reading it well. But
where are we going here, Steve? What's the call?
I just ruck it up the other end. Don't have to panic. That's good work by Simon Legg. Still got to get the yards, though. Can't just...
Jaden Benbow.
He's touched him.
He's
so
made a touch.
Changeover.
It's a shame in a way because it...
Can they do it? Have they got the wheels on?
Needed one extra to jink left to right, you would have thought there, Steve, rather than putting their arm out. But anyway, it gives New Zealand one more chance here.
They need someone to come on and scoop very quickly.
They've got to make some ground here. Time is closing.
He's the man.
Something's got to give on this touch or the next. Keegan Harris, Hodson.
They can't dump this one. Well, they've got to dump it now.
It's got to be done. My goodness, what a finish from Australia. Here's Hodson. The ball's dead now. What a victory to Australia.
Hold on, that's well done. As you can see there, they needed to come in and punch and get that dumped so someone could have a scoop, but they didn't. Well done to Australia. The great comeback.
I'm seriously in some disbelief here how New Zealand have let that slip and how Australia has somehow managed victory in a seemingly desperate position. That is some effort to go 3-0 against this very, very mighty, impressive New Zealand side. Gee, they were good throughout, New Zealand.
I think it just comes down to belief, Julian. I think Australia's believe that they can win. And, you know, I think when it got a little bit closer, New Zealand were having those second guesses. But they're a young side, and as we keep saying, they've got a lot of debutants, and they're building towards the World Cup. So they can take a lot of confidence out of that. But at the same time, they'll be very disappointed, as you said, that they let that slip through their hands.
Well, it's just incredible to see that as a spectacle. We know it potentially could have gone to drop off and would have been an amazing result, but you know, you have to feel for the Kiwis. That was one that they certainly had within their grasp, and they will rue that loss. But there's plenty of positives there, no doubt about that. Just to close out and finish the job would be probably the first signal. But you could see it at the halftime huddle. They really seriously wanted to nail that and finish it. But my goodness me, I mean, I know we had another onlooker in Peter Bell who will join us in commentary here for the Women's Open. What did you see, Peter, in terms of the fixture there? Something of a comeback from Australia.
Talk about put me on the spot as I walk in the room. Thanks, Bucky.
You don't have to tell the viewers that, mate.
No. Actually, that was really well done by the Aussies to get back. I was over with the coaches there, and we was sort of hoping there that might have been a drop-off, but credit to the Aussies, they got it right on the bell there, but credit also to the Kiwis. They really, it's very difficult coming back for these dead rubbers, and the coaches did a good job getting the Kiwis up for that. So,
gee,
well
they played well,
them.
Billy. I mean, they really did come with intent, didn't they? And it seemed that at 6-4, and then they drew 2 ahead again against Australia. How did Australia actually manage to just salvage? I don't know, they struck back with some really neat, easy tries, you would say.
Yeah, I actually thought that the Kiwis changed their attack, attacking our girls early on from yesterday. That they didn't do that, but they did that really well today, and they attacked our girl links a lot better. And I think the girl links that was adjusted in the second half, and they were a lot better. And our wingers, I thought the Australian wingers did really well in the getting out.
Absolutely. Well, Zara Nicholas down in this right pocket, you know, she was immense, wasn't she, in saving a few of those tries, as did Ellen Mortimer in the other corner, and a few diving despairs, just enough to keep Australia in the hunt, seemingly, and then obviously giving them the impetus to get down the other end and score.
Yes, it's always a joy to watch the girls competing against the men in mixed touch football, particularly the wingers, the way they have to be in and then getting out. So it's great to watch.
Well, excellent work from the officials there too. Very, very tense and intense. And we're going to wrap here now and head on down to Anthony Jennings with our injured mixed open and successful 3-0 successful captain, Cameron Nichols.
We're again joined by Australian mixed open captain Cameron Nichols. Cameron, congratulations. 3-0, a clean sweep for the mixed division, but a tight game that last one.
Yeah, it was really tight. The gang had me a little bit worried there for a while, but we knew that they were going to come with absolutely everything. I mean, that wasn't hard to work out. But we've done a lot of work on keeping cool under pressure, and a lot of work around resilience and never being out of the game, and that shone through. It doesn't matter how many you win by, but one try or 5 tries. So I'm really proud of the team we've got. As I've said before, we've got a great group of people, and they kept calm whilst under pressure and under the pump for most of the game, and got the job done. So yeah, I'm tremendously happy with the team, but it's credit to New Zealand. They were really, really sharp out there today. So it's tough for them to go down, I'm sure, but I can't help but be proud of my team today.
And then an opportunity later to thank team officials and players, but is there anyone back at home watching on the live stream, hopefully, that you can say a thank you to?
Yeah, my lovely wife, looking forward to seeing you. It's been a long week, but it's those people back at home that support us so much so we can perform to our best. Unfortunately, I didn't get too many minutes today, but big thanks to my wife, my parents, and everyone's parents in the team for delivering such fantastic athletes.
Thanks very much, mate. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
We're joined again by the New Zealand captain, Wimaru. Had the lead for parts of that match, not quite there. What are your thoughts?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. They're classic. Once again, Australia, they always stay in the grind. They never stop coming, and we knew that. Just couldn't hold it to the end, I guess. Inches away, but yeah, we got back from yesterday, I guess, so that's a positive.
That's good. And what about yourself? There's, again, the opportunity to be able to thank team officials and your players later. Is there anyone back at home in New Zealand that you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank all the supporters for the positive comments, and just like to big a shout out to my family and my partner and all the mums out there. It's Mother's Day, so thank you for all the mothers out there who take their time for the sport as well. Yeah. Cheers.
Fantastic, mate, and thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks to both captains for joining us. Please stay tuned for the upcoming Women's Open match as they also try to complete the clean sweep of their division.